Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we did not enjoy Black Velvet. And you'll notice Mr. Magazine is with me today. And literally as he pushed the button to go live, his phone starts ringing. So I'm thinking he's probably, bye.
I don't think so.
Not yet?
Not yet.
You gonna say hello to people?
All right. Dave's odds and ends first out, and he is too busy to be with us tonight. That's all right. All right. Cross listings and leaning towards Mercari. All right, we'll talk about that. Nice Nanette's in the house. How's it going?
My resolution is to work through my existing debt pile and only purchase inventory if my store is making a profit, working on impulse control. That sucks.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff that was going on last year as well. Yeah.
Our financial situation is changing next year, so we need to stick with it.
I'd like to see like death piles from last January, if they're bigger, same, or smaller.
I'm going to say bigger.
Oh, yeah. Me too, yeah. Awesome. Antiquarians in the house. How's it going? Gorgeous guide gurus here.
We'll get into it after we say hi to people.
I might not get into it. So I got two rambling stories. It's either going to be the laundromat, what happened there, or my issue with my Samsung refrigerator. So you guys decide, and I'll let it loose.
Wow, look at that.
No.
There's some red on here.
A little red, yeah, a little red. I don't have any. I have very few gray hoodies. If you see me in a gray hoodie, I got 4 for Christmas. So apparently everyone I know knows I don't have gray hoodies, and they just all bought me gray hoodies. Same to you as well. Lucky Lee's in the house. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels is here. How's it going? Go get your mags. How you doing? Awesome Artie's in the house.
Guten Tag.
I knew you were going to say that. Cool Kelly's here.
We said it first.
And amazing, awesome Anik is in the house as well. And we are ready to rock and roll.
No,
we're not, because we can't rock and roll because the delightful dawn is finally here. How you doing?
Here I am,
I knew
the one that you love.
I was hoping you wouldn't sing it.
Wow. Oh, hello, Linda.
How you doing? Lucky Linda's here.
All righty, we're going to start the show off as we do every week. Mr. Magazine is probably on limited time. He likes to sprint out of here in the middle of shows. Asking everybody in a moment.
Marvelous medal for Gemini's here.
And he did it really picked up in a bar, so we'll watch later.
I'm so jealous. Well, if you were in Rochester, I might sprint out now.
Exactly. Oh, my Leonard's on fire again. Bye.
Awesome. Eric's here. How you doing?
What do you guys suggest? OnlyFans, Eric. OnlyFans.
I was going to say gold bullion, but okay.
But this year, Eric, make the money, don't spend the money on OnlyFans. Just saying. 11 weeks, 2 days. Thank you, Don. Thank you. Amazing and awesome. There you go.
I realized something that I was doing mainly through quarters 2, 3, and 4 of 2023. I was spending equal amount of money on graded comics and OnlyFans, and I didn't realize if I spent all my money on graded comics, I'd have twice as many graded comics.
But half the fun.
That is true. Entertainment has a value. That is very true.
All righty. So how are sales, Mr. Mag? We are in the midst of Christmas season. So, sales are probably booming. See what I did there? Booming.
Go closer. There you go. Well, I'm going to pretend it's not Christmas season and sales are good.
Oh, wow. No, that's good.
eBay had a good week, but a bad month. Amazon had, a good month. Website was a little off this week, but for the most part, it's pretty strong. DVD sites, up and down because of holidays. But if it were Christmas season, eBay would be putrid and Amazon would be disappointing. And, wow. the adult stuff would be very good, impressive.
So what you're saying is your sales for August are really good. Unfortunately, they're in December.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so I understand it.
Well, again, in the past, if we went back to last December, when you asked me, I would say the adult stuff was down on Amazon, and Amazon was great. eBay was, average like it normally is. But this year, the adult stuff was booming. So it really carried me through the Christmas season, to be honest with you, surprisingly.
Are you going to thank Eric for buying all the adult stuff?
I will thank him, yes. He goes under a different name, though.
Oh, all right. Sales are low as expected this time of year, but had a few decent ones today. Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's like a Lay's potato chip. You can't just eat one.
Quit it, and you're exactly.
All right. Great. Gravity Goods is here. How
Hello.
you doing?
Sales are down about 25% this December over last, so it's been brutal. We're ready for the new year. I think we all are.
Yeah, I think my eBay was down 25% compared to November. Compared to the
Really?
year, compared to the year, 50%. My worst month. My worst month of the year is December. Now, last week we did, probably about a week ago, we did good because I picked up an autographed ball collection. But other than that, it's been horrible.
Wow.
And then the Amazon was down, I would say 30 to 40% since last Christmas.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Our numbers are still good considering what it was last month or the month before, but for last December, way off.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Super Singing's here. How you doing?
Ready doing your New Year's Eve party? Hey, we got the fireworks in the background, everything.
The shots, the party. Yeah, here we go.
Sales have plummeted, but I'm not surprised. I also haven't listed for a few days. Okay.
All right, that's
very good sales.
Can't argue with
You
that.
seem to be the first person so
good
far.
For you. Good for you.
My sales have been up 9% this month, but down 23% year over year. Okay.
Now, getting back to Mr. Hot Wheels, if we were just selling Hot Wheels on Amazon, our sales would probably be up 50%. Because we did sell a lot of Hot Wheels, but everything else was definitely down. Like Honcho, all right.
Hit the like button for OnlyFans.
And by the way, I was told, I think you told me or someone told me that there is a 15 to 25% discount Christmas on OnlyFans.
Yes, I told you that. Yes. I've never been on OnlyFans in my life.
As far as you know.
Sales are still good at this moment, Singing Mermaid. I'm optimistic for next year. Plan to work smarter, not harder.
That's the way to go.
As a whole, I'm up 40% year on year. Wow. No, you should not complain too much at all.
I am so jealous of that.
I think I'm going to be down 25% this year. Wow. 40% up.
All right. Cool.
Keeping us alive right now. Okay.
Wow. Good for you.
80% diecast. Wow. Well, I don't sell 80% diecast.
But what do you sell and how are your sales been?
Oh, I thank you for asking. Actually, eBay is good. eBay has been good this week. Very good this week.
I have to stop you. Only because there's a very important question from Artie right here. Now, it can be as little as free or to a lot. It depends on how far you want to go with it, from what I've heard.
How do we go off the rails so fast this week?
He asked a very important question, and I'm trying to educate him.
Wow.
Yeah, some are free, but it depends on how far you want to go, like I said. All right, next up.
I feel stupid.
Remorse is in the house. How you
waiting
doing?
And wondering where to back the live show is. I think this week everybody is off a little bit as to their days. That's for certain. But yeah, no, my eBay sales are good. I cannot complain. I had a good day yesterday. I'm having a very good day today. I guess everybody's sitting around not working this week. I think I'm the only schlub out there working all week.
I'm tired for a reason, so I don't know. I think it's working, but who knows?
I've heard it's not work, but what do I know? Amazon's okay. Heading on over to the other sites, I've sold one item only on $1,000,000.peddlers on eBay, so that got the same malaise that you got. Then Etsy, I have never seen a site shut down more at Christmas time.
Wow.
What did I do the one week? Like 17 items? I've sold 2 items.
But don't they sell like Christmassy items and stuff that you'd want for Christmas?
Yeah, well, I don't.
Well, true.
I don't sell Christmassy items. I sold 2 items on Etsy, whereas I sold 17. Jeez. Keep that up for a minute. Yeah, I sold 2, and then I sold 1 item on Biblio. So going on over there, I'm optimistic for the new year too. I have many more listings up now than I did last year, and I'm up over 100% year over year because of that. So hoping to keep going with that trend. LOL. That means laugh out loud.
Really?
Yeah. Us kids know.
I thought it was like if you're tired, it's a lullaby. Lull.
It could be too. Promoted 22 out of 54. So that was a little bit lower there on the promoted, under 50%. Okay. And offers 70 older, 160 total offers. So people are definitely hitting my items. Last year I had 169 offers during the same period. Wow. So I'm still definitely getting the offers that I can make to watchers. Yeah. So I'm very, very happy with that. Are you going to say hi to Roger? Or is he going to have to be sitting there waiting?
Roger Rogers in the house. How you doing?
From Tennessee.
And
There
Lucky
you go.
Lee's here. And what was the shot again?
It was black velvet.
Yeah, it sure was. It's more like velvet.
Sales are way down this year, but average sales rose from 30 to 7. Well, that's a pretty good change right there. Definitely.
Yeah. Super Singing's here.
Just sold a book. Nice. Book lot. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dandy Dave's here. How you doing?
There you go. How about buys? Is anybody out there buying this time of year?
I have a steady customer for years. He's been selling me stuff like once, twice a week. He's been selling me some stuff, $100 here and there, nothing crazy. But again, it's all the out of town stuff. We got Aaron. He's driving in tomorrow. My buddy Aaron.
He's doing trips over Christmas week.
Yeah, he's actually he found a couple places in Rochester he's going to hit that he found on Facebook. He went to Michigan. He went all over the place. We got deals going in from San Francisco. I spent $20,000 on a bunch of magazines there, adult stuff, of course. That's the only thing I can make money on. But other than that, most of the money's being spent out of town.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody else is buying anything right now.
Amazon sellers here in the house. How you doing? What were your Amazon numbers compared to last year? Because mine were down easily 30%, maybe even 40% for like Black Friday till now.
Wow.
Yeah.
As to me, did I buy anything? Thank you for asking, Mr. Magazine. I did 2 book buys. The lady that's moving out of the house is still moving out of the house. And she suddenly realized she cannot go through every single book and look it up on Amazon. So she's starting to call me more frequently and get these out of here. I got to get the stuff out of here because she's got to move by the 1st.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, she's up against the clock on that. Great window for thrift store Christmas closeouts selectively. There you go. That's actually a really good idea. Ever do consignment deals?
I used to years ago, and I used to advertise when there was eBay stores and stuff, but it just really isn't worth the time, the space, and the issues with eBay. It would have to be something high end that I would like guarantee $1,000 item, something that I can guarantee was going to sell and make me a few bucks, and I wouldn't have to charge as much of a commission either. So.
Well, the problem ends up being with a consignment deal is usually you end up with stuff left over, and then what do you do with it? And then you have to charge them a fee for having listed it in the first place. And then you don't really want to stick it into your store and like, hey, I sold this item for you 3 months later, so here's a $12 check. You're better off either running it through once and then buying whatever doesn't sell, or just basically grabbing the 1 or 2 top items out of there and consigning it. And actually the going rate right now is 50%. 50% split. You cover all of the fees out of your end. That's pretty much what the going rate is.
That's pretty funny, Amazon seller. Not funny because
funny, haha.
We both did worse than last year, but my numbers are the opposite of yours. So my December for the year, I'm down about 15%. And then for the December, I'm down about 30. No, it's the other way around. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And then I did end up buying some stuff. I went over to a friend who's also a dealer, and he said, I got a few books for you. So I go, oh, okay, cool. So I went over for dinner, and he goes, yeah, I got the books up in the attic. And I go, okay. I go up there. I was expecting like 2 boxes of books. It was 11 boxes of books. I'm like, oh, I don't need 11 more boxes of books. So definitely come to the Whatnot auctions because there are plenty of books. Have some nice auctions up for that as well.
I agree with that.
The fact that Amazon is down as well means it's probably an economy thing rather than an eBay search problem. Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you got trending stuff or PlayStation 5s and you're going to sell all that type of stuff that Walmart and Target sell, but if you're selling stuff like us, yeah, it's definitely down.
Talking down total all marketplaces. I'm going to say
Amazon, I'm down 30% for the holiday season, 15% for the year. eBay, I'm down 50% for the whole year and probably 10-20%.
Wow, 50%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. I will. Well, and again, come April or so, we will have the big reveal show where we actually give actual, real, true 100% numbers right from, first we got to get them all together for our taxes, but we will give absolute numbers as we do every single year. We got nothing to hide. Saves you the trouble of sitting there stalking all of our every single auction and adding them up. That will take you quite a while. Well, actually not as long as it would have in the past years.
True. Yeah.
All right, glitch of the week. I only had one, and it's a regular annoying glitch. It's happening regularly over on eBay, and that is when you are trying to change categories, things are freezing up. Has your you get the little circle going there, and it won't allow you to change categories. Have you?
They haven't said anything.
They haven't said anything. No. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much the only glitch I've seen this week. How many return requests since Christmas? I have 30-day returns, but buyers feel the need to return as defective instead of just don't like. Have you had a lot of returns this year?
I guess probably percentage-wise more, because we probably have the same amount of returns but less sales. So I would say more than.
Knock on wood, I've only had one on Amazon, and this really is a burr in my saddle. The guy bought a Jim Croce songbook. He's returning it because he bought it by mistake. What did you think you were buying? It's a Jim Croce songbook.
How much was it?
$15, $12, something like that.
He probably thought he was buying Jim Croce.
There you go. It actually had a picture and everything. No, it's crazy. eBay were actually up for the year about 40%. Walmart is about 50%. Unfortunately, sales aren't the same on those sites as Amazon. Wow. Good job, Amazon.
Nice Nova's here. How you doing?
I have been lucky as far as returns, knock on wood. Here, I'll do it for you.
He likes doing it. He likes
I'll just keep doing it. I'll keep doing it. Is that the door? I have news. My wife left her job, so we are now both full-timers. Oh, breaking news.
So did your wife. She left her job for the Philippines for a month.
She did leave her job to go to the Philippines for a month. That is absolutely true. It is absolutely true. And I think I'm living off old jelly beans I'm finding in the couch, but that's a whole nother story. Happy Festivus. The only site change this last week was the email that we got, which scares a lot of people, about the more international shipping options on eBay. The main reason why it's scaring people is because you have to follow all kinds of rules with packaging, shipping to countries like Germany and countries like France, and you have to have this and you have to do this and customs declarations and yada, yada, yada. So I'm not really sure why eBay has, they pushed everybody into the standard shipping. Then they pushed it all into what they have now, where they're, you ship it domestically and they ship it out. And that seems to be working fairly well. Now, all of a sudden, they're opening it up to people. People can handle their own customs and all that stuff. Wow. So they're kind of going backwards at this point. I don't know why.
Options when you print the label? Because I haven't seen anything yet.
I guess the buyer is allowed to make a choice or something like that. I haven't seen it either. So I don't really know, but it's going to be confusing.
Mary Merity's in the house. How you doing?
All right, we're going to head on into item of the week, and this is something other that I showed in a haul video, but I wanted to bring it up again, just kind of to show you Columbia. Do you know anybody that went to Columbia, Mr. Magazine?
I know a few people, the whole family.
Columbia Review, and the reason why...
Lou Gehrig, is that what you're going for, Lou Gehrig?
Yes. Okay. And not only Lou Gehrig, Allen Ginsberg. And this is one of those deals that knowing a little bit about who went to what college will definitely help you out. If you have an opportunity to buy magazines like this, now this is the Columbia Review, which would have been a literary magazine put out by the students. And this actually has a Allen Ginsberg poem, and this was the first time it was printed. Wow. Now, if you know Allen Ginsberg, he's part of the whole Beat generation, all that, kind of a big deal. This is a couple $100 magazine right over here, believe it or not. Hard to find these kind of things out there. And pick up the college magazines, especially the big college magazines, when you have the opportunity. In the past, I did also have a magazine with some artwork in it by Brad Anderson. Do you know who that is, Mr. Magazine?
No.
Do you know who Marmaduke is?
Yes.
He actually created Marmaduke, and so it is his college magazine that he actually did the artwork in. Wow. So you never know who might be in there, and you pick things up like this cheap. I think I paid $5 or something like that. I forget now. You have to watch the haul video to see exactly what I paid on it. But again, when I was looking through the pile and the guy gave me the price on it, and I saw Allen Ginsberg on it, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy this. No doubt at all about it. So do take your chances on magazines like this over here. Sometimes they definitely do pay off. And I will howl as I put it down. Rush released a limited edition beer here in Canada, but I can't ship beer across the border. Can you ship alcohol products between various states? You can using UPS. You cannot use the post office. You can use UPS to do it.
How did you know that?
I don't spend my money on OnlyFans. I spend it on beer. And actually, I'm going to go on what you just said there, a little bit of an aside. People run into trouble because they'll do things. They'll buy like Pappy Van Winkle bourbon and all that kind of stuff. And then they'll sell it. And they're technically not allowed to sell it because they don't have the proper licenses to sell it. There's a whole black market basically going on in that. Or my local brewery has the Getty League Rush thing, and I happen to go up there and I buy, 4 6-packs. Yeah. Technically, I'm not allowed to sell you one of the 6-packs because I do not have the license to do so. Doesn't mean people don't do it every day of the year.
What about the idiot, that bought 500 decanters full of liquor?
I don't know what he's doing with them. I think he's drinking a lot. There's a best offer glitch. You accept an offer. Well, actually, that's not a glitch, Wellness. What happened is sometimes it accepts it, but the item is still offered up for sale so a different buyer can buy it. It does not show up. You get no email about it or anything like that. It happened with me the other day. I accepted an offer on some original art, and the person never paid, but I did see where I did accept the offer. That's actually intentional on eBay's part. Believe it or not, they want that to happen. My theory on low sales is a search glitch. I tried a couple of searches, 2,000 items, and I filtered the lowest price. Items dropped to 300. Ouch. Oh, yeah, 1,700 items disappeared. Cheech and Chong are selling a $300 bottle of vodka in a bottle that converts to a bong.
That's crazy.
Didn't Chong spend some time in prison for selling bongs? Didn't learn his lesson. It sounds like an Etsy search. It's been mixed up forever. That explains how I have so few. Somebody some black velvet. There you go. Pink waving. Oh, there you go. Gonna head on into the insulting offer of the week. Only had a couple. Mr. Magazine had a Star Wars Millennium Falcon model kit, $47. He got an $11 offer. That's low.
Yeah.
And
what do they think that we paid for it though? Do they think we're taking a loss, or do they think we paid $5 and we're selling for $11?
I don't think they care, because I've thought about that before, about what goes through the buyer's head. And I think the buyer just says, I want it. And they don't care if we're making money or we're not making money. A couple states where it was restricted. Yep. I had a Texas Rangers pulp. Now, not obviously the baseball team or anything like that. A pulp from the 1940s. I was asking $32 on it, free shipping. The guy offers $5. I told him I can't sell for less than postage cost, even if it's the holidays. He answers back, LOL, make a counteroffer then. I wrote out a long message telling him I don't waste my time with that, because what am I going to come back at? 28. He's going to come back at 7. I'm going to come back at 24. He's going to come back at 11. Just make me a fair offer. And then I just deleted the message and I didn't do anything else on it.
Waste of time.
Exactly. Because again, if he's willing to pay me $17 for it, make me the $17 offer. I'm not a guy that plays around. And if I'm willing to sell for 17, great. If not, and I need 20, I'll tell you 20, and that's it. It's the end of it. I don't play those games. Customer issues. Mr. Magazine actually had one.
Shocking.
Guy bought a cigar box lot for $7.99 for 4 cigar boxes. Then he thought they had cigars in them.
Because the lister described what type of cigars would have been in the box if it were full, which they gave a good listing. We didn't say empty, but I mean, you can't sell cigars anyways, I'm assuming, right?
No, right. That was my first question. Right. Does he realize you need a license to sell?
Right.
On that over there? And years ago, and it's still sitting in my basement, I made a mistake at an estate sale where it was a decent price. It was a 1980s pack of cigarettes. Mm-hmm. And I'd never heard of the brand before. And I go, oh, that could be pretty good. So I bought it. Get home, all set to list it, and I said, I can't list this.
Yeah, I feel like I've done that before.
So I
got one floating around somewhere.
Sitting down in the basement. I know right where it is, and I look at it every time I go into that room as a reminder.
Now, what not?
I can't sell anywhere. I don't have the license to sell it. No, I don't have the license to sell it. I have it sitting in the room as a reminder not to go outside my comfort zone too much, because then you make mistakes. I heard Matt over at Jackass Retro has been soaking corks to sell on Etsy. It's keeping him busy with all the cork soaking. Yeah, I heard you can soak a cork over on OnlyFans as well, but what do I know? All right, what's up next?
Let's see here. Nova.
Huge amount of lowball offers. See, and I didn't get that many. There was no notification accepting the offer. This was a note. Yeah, right. No, you get no notification at all. Correct, Wellness. You get nothing at all. That's happened to me. And so then I said, what is going on? So I went back into the email and then I clicked on the offer through the email and it said, you have accepted this offer. They do not send you an email. They send you no notification at all. It just gets accepted. But if you look at it, it says that one is still available. Yeah, that is intentional, believe it or not.
Crazy. Cool. Carl's here. How you doing? The drink was Black Velvet.
The Year Mr. Magazine finally produces an employee handbook. There you go.
Yeah, we've had one, I think, a couple of years ago, I think we made one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Couple of things. No more free returns. 81% of retailers charge a fee to send back items.
Wow.
And I thought this was pulled down instantly. Yeah, yep. So-called out of course. Somebody had used both hands to so-called. There you go. See? It happens. Apparently free returns have kind of gone the way of free shipping at this point. So for years, people were trying really, really hard to do everything to get the people to buy, and they're suddenly starting to realize the costs. More than 4 in 5 merchants now charge customers a fee to ship back or return an item they don't want. Amazon has started charging customers $1 to return items to a UPS store instead of using a Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh, or Kohl's, since it owns or has partnership deals with those other ones. Abercrombie is charging a $7 fee to return items. American Eagle Outfitters deducts a $5 fee for mail-in returns that do not qualify for free returns. Dillard's is charging $9.95, and H&M is doing a $5.99 return shipping fee. JCPenney's is $8, and J.Crew is $7.50. So it'll be interesting to see how that trickles down into the reselling world as secondhand dealers. Again, I do offer free returns. I get very, very few. But it'll be interesting to see what ends up changing on that. And as to the free shipping, after the first of the year, I will be abandoning the free shipping on all new listings. Nice. I cannot afford to continue to do so.
All right. I have anywhere normally between 12 and 15 employees at any given time. That includes the warehouse, the storefront, and the laundromat.
Nice.
And actually, I paid paychecks to make the employee manuals up a couple years ago.
There you go. Free items due to poor carrier service. Refund an item shipped December 4th and December. It was just, oh, jeez.
I've had stuff like that. Yeah, people are very angry.
Yep. The person can pay, but in the meantime, somebody else could also buy it and pay. Yeah, yep. And it doesn't show up anywhere. So I don't know what it shows on the buyer's end. And here's the crazy thing about that, Memphis, is you don't know. And this happened with Look magazines last week. Somebody bought 6 Look magazines. 3 of them sold instantly where I got the email and I was able to combine the invoice. The other 3, the guy had to pay for separately because it was stuck in that little world over there. So he must obviously got notification that I accepted it. But there must not be reminders sent out because I can't send the guy even an invoice on him. So it's crazy.
I guess you considered it partial. I don't know.
I guess I'd be partial. Yeah, only me. No, nobody in the Philippines doing work or anything like that. Can't get Mrs. Papergoy to do it no matter how hard we try. The next thing over here I wanted to talk about here, I read an interesting article and it got sent to me. I don't even know, one of the million websites that I end up going on. Bin stores are the hot new way to score ridiculous deals. If you're looking for a real deal, consider the bin store. It's where merchandise from Amazon, Target, and other retailers is resold, sometimes as cheap as $6 for a PlayStation 5.
Wow.
How it works. They buy massive truckloads of returned items from merchants or through liquidation companies. The bin store in South Carolina, I wanted to it's going to be a little bit long read, but I want you to hear these numbers. The bin store in South Carolina sorts through 25,000 items a week.
Wow.
That's insane. They're bare bones, cash only. Shoppers have to bring their own bags. They're placed in bins for customers to rifle through. Prices are highest on restocking day, then drop throughout the week. somebody picked up a $4,000 rifle scope for $12 at one of those places.
It's a first come, first serve. They don't know. How do they price it?
Probably by the weight or something like
we
that.
Got Antiquarian and Guide Guru got some comments. Bin stores are over there, and then they've gone away.
Pallet game is done. Oh, wow. All right.
Those were quick-lived.
This guy here, Tom Schultz, at Deal Days, a 10,000 square foot bin store in Winter Haven, Florida. In 1 month, he spent $23,500 on inventory. So his total overhead was $33,000. He sold $39,400 in that month. So he made $6,400 or $76,800 annually. Bin store operators say it's gotten harder to find and buy goods as the retail model has taken off. They try to get loyal customers through social media, all that sort of thing. Those are insane. Well, seeing people are saying no, yeah. But yeah, so those numbers are absolutely crazy. Moving 25,000 items in a month. That's crazy. Even on the dollar days. Okay. Yeah. And I've never really had them up this way that I'm aware of or never went to one. I do not trust eBay numbers at all. I actually was poking around in Mr. Magazine's account the other day, and he no longer does promoted listings. Guess what your sales conversion rate on promoted listings was? You don't do them anymore.
Okay.
140%.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're selling 140% of the items that you have promoted, yet you have nothing promoted.
Thanks to eBay.
Yeah. And that's why you can never trust numbers eBay reports to you. That's kind of absolutely crazy. Did you see the auction? Have you been saving up your Christmas money, Mr. Magazine?
I just spent a lot of it today.
Did you see the auction ending in 15 days at Heritage, Mr. Magazine?
I did not.
Superman #1. These are all CGC graded.
Ooh.
He does not anymore.
Not
No,
anymore.
He stopped. Nope. Superman #1, CGC 7.0.
Oh, wow, that's pretty high grade for that.
Showcase 4, the first Flash, CGC 9.6. All-Star Comics #8, the first JSA from the 40s, CGC 9.4. Hulk #1, CGC 9.2. Avengers 4, first Captain America, CGC 9.8. Brave and the Bold 28, first JLA, CGC 9.6.
Jeez.
Batman 1, CGC 7.0. And the book that Mr. Magazine will be bidding hot and heavy on, Amazing Spider-Man #1, CGC 9.8. One of only 2 9.8 copies out there.
I'm happy with my 6.5.
So I'm hoping Mr. Magazine gives me that 6.5 when he wins this 9.8 for $1 million.
I mean, it's all come from one collection.
They didn't say where it came from, but this is a high, which is kind of interesting with the market being where it is, that they decided to put all this stuff on now. But this stuff, it doesn't matter what the market is.
Here's where it gets crazy. Like the Batman 7 and the Superman 7. Those are going to go for over $1 million easily, which makes the higher grades, it used to be $1 million, like $5 to $10 million now.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Couple of other things, and we're going to get on into. So Mr. Magazine was asking me before the show what I've done since Mrs. Papergoy has been gone, because the house is actually more of a mess than ever. I have actually sorted the packing area.
Oh, nice.
Turns out I don't need to buy as many supplies as I thought I did. Isn't it interesting when you actually know where your things are? I had to move a lot of stuff around, but it's definitely going to end up paying off because I can use supplies I bought years ago. Return rate on whatnot. I've never actually had a return.
Well, when you're paying $2 for a lot and it costs who knows how many dollars to ship it, you probably just would eat it and not ship it back, right?
I don't know. I haven't had a return. I sell good stuff.
Okay.
My God.
Yeah, then no one wants them. You sell on eBay for more money.
Wow. Anyone seen strange sales patterns last 8 days? One sale all between 9:30 to 10:50, all different accounts and dead there. That I've not noticed. That is kind of interesting. No, that I've not noticed. I'm actually noticing I'm getting more repeat buyers, which I don't usually do. So that's a positive. And per the experts, Christmas spending was up 3.1% over last year.
And again, it has to be Walmart, Target, Kohl's, Lowe's, Home. It has to be those stores. It's not like what we're selling.
Well, but here was my thought. I said, okay, Christmas spending is up 3.1%. Papergoy, not being somebody to just take the numbers the way they are, checked. Take a guess what inflation has been for the last 12 months.
I'm not good with that.
3.1%.
Oh, wow.
So if sales are up
Wow.
3.1% and inflation is 3.1%, doesn't that mean you get exactly the same amount of stuff? It just costs you more money.
But I guess it doesn't. Like, I'd rather know what eBay was up or what Amazon. But even then, does it really matter? What matters up our sales are. It doesn't matter how high. It could be up 100%. If our sales are down 20, it doesn't really matter to us.
That is true. But again, people look at that for the bigger economy. eBay is selectively promoting certain books, sold 2 Eric Fromm books on same day to 2 different people. There you go. That's including groceries and a $0.25 spending increase. I just work in the basement. Nothing my wife can see. There you go. And Mr. Magazine, what is your, before we head into the main topic, and a lot of people are clamoring to know this, what is your opinion, Mr. Magazine, of the CGC reholder scandal?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, are you involved in some manner, Mr. Magazine?
No, but is our buddy in San Francisco involved?
No.
So what is, now we're talking about comics or magazines?
Comic books? Are you aware of what's going on?
I know magazines, they went to a better holder. I do know that, but I don't know of any scandal.
Go out there and take a look. I'm gonna give you a Cliff's Notes version of what's going on, and you can find a lot of videos about it. Essentially, what happened is one account on eBay that is known bought, among other things, they bought a qualified 8.5 Hulk 181 because it was missing the Marvel value stamp.
It's the green strip.
Yep. Apparently, they also had like an 8.5 or a 9.0 or similar type grade.
Yeah.
Regular, correctly graded Hulk 181.
Okay.
They then took the Marvel value stamp one, the qualified one, sent it into CGC in the 9.0 holder and said, oh, this needs to be reholdered for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They got back the qualified one as a standard grade. And now we're sitting on a 9.0 ungraded,
right,
but got a qualified one with the blue label.
Yeah.
They also did apparently the
so
same.
They're not looking inside. They're assuming what you're giving them is what it is. They're not even wasting their time looking inside.
They're not regrading it. They're just reholdering it.
Right.
And apparently he did the same thing. He or she did the same thing with, the Mark Jewelers inserts, which they were sold at foreign army bases or, military bases. And so they're much rarer. He bought basically he slipped out a comic in there and then said for reholder and said, oh, you forgot to say this is Mark Jewelers. And they reslabbed it with Mark Jewelers on it, but it may or may not even be Mark Jewelers in there.
Jeez.
Apparently this gentleman has allegedly been doing this since 2011.
Now, is it possible that you send it in, they trust you and they're too busy to check it out? Or say you think it's a low grade, you pay them to regrade it. So maybe you have to pay them if you really want them to regrade.
Yeah, he doesn't want to regrade it.
He just can get away with it. Apparently every time from this guy's getting away with it because they're not checking them.
They're not checking. Yeah, they're just reholdering it for him.
That's crazy.
Apparently, again, he's been selling since 2011. Amazing Spider-Man 300.
My question is, if that's happening to you, why would you spill the beans? Wouldn't you just keep doing that?
Oh, somebody caught onto it. Somebody bought it and said, this doesn't look right. And then they went way down and they were able to identify the original book and all that kind of stuff. Wow. And he's been selling since 2011.
So who's in trouble at this point? CGC, the guy, everyone.
Well, at this moment, nobody. All I'm going to say is if I were the person doing that, I would have a lawyer. CGC has not released any statements on it as of now. But if you go on, I know Swaggle House is one of the people on it that's done a lot of reporting on it, and a few other people. It's pretty much all that the comic people are talking about. So kind of a crazy situation out there. So if you're all interested in comic books, definitely do look that up. It's kind of an insane story going on there. And after the show, I'll send Mr. Magazine some links to some videos to watch on it. But kind of crazy up on that. And we're going to head on into, let's see what people are saying there, and we'll head on into the main thing.
Exploitable for that regrading. Absolutely.
Yep, exactly. So he's figuring out a way, either changing the tag or changing the holder, or flipping the books out between the holders. So they're not really sure how he's doing it. He or she is doing it, but Yeah, I mean, you're talking, buying a $4,000 qualified book and flipping it out and having a $15,000 book.
It is huge.
Who even knows? Kind of crazy. Oh, are you doing okay, man?
Yeah, why?
Mr. Magazine, I mean, he bailed on the show last week. He sprinted out of here so fast. He actually left honest to God, he left my front door open.
I did, yeah.
So I was just kind of worried about it. And I thought it was kind of funny that the main topic last week of the show was to get negative people out of your life. And he ran out of here. I don't know. I'm just saying. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Exactly. Exactly. When I went home.
Yeah. So from the frying pan into the fire, as they say.
You know exactly what that is. You've had that many times.
I have had poutine. And then you didn't show up Christmas Day at the store. So I show up. Mr. Magazine a week ago said, "Hey, are you coming in Christmas?" And I said, "Yeah, what else am I doing? I'll come on in." So I went into Christmas. I woke up at 11:30 Christmas Eve, made it to his store about 12:30, 12:15, 12:30. I'm there doing whatever I got to do and helping clean the laundromat. And I'm there and I'm texting him and everything. And finally, about 4:00 in the morning, he goes, "Oh, I overslept. Are you going to be there on New Year's Day?"
Yes, definitely. It'll be less important stuff. Well, I was mad at myself because we had some legal things that we had to take care of and stuff, but I took care of most of it. But yeah, it was if I remember it, I was up at midnight, so I could. You know me, I would have just came over and then took my little nap afterwards. And I did borrow some money in PayPal from him.
Yeah, and then suddenly I don't hear from him again.
Back. Yeah,
then I don't hear from him ever again. It's weird.
Free interest.
It's weird how that works. All right, see what everybody's saying. We'll get into the main topic here.
All right. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, it will be rambly.
Well, I just thought, did I tell one about a golf simulator yet?
Oh my God, how many stories you got? We only want 3 stories today.
So there's one that's really long. There's the laundromat one. We should do the laundromat.
You got to do the laundromat. Yeah.
There's a long.
I'll write the other 2 down.
I'll just say this: they'll remind you. Samsung is the long one, and golf simulator one.
Okay, we don't.
I forget.
We don't have rambling explanation of future rambling stories.
Remember, and they'll tell us next week.
Jeez.
Vote on the second one, or the second and third one, and we'll do the laundromat today. Right, go ahead.
All right, everybody. It's time for you to share your New Year's resolutions for 2024. Take it away, Mr. Mag. Oh, and this is great. I really am beginning to worry about Mr. Magazine. Last week we mentioned about the New Year's resolution, and
was I here? Who did I?
You were here, and then he looks up and goes, "Oh, it's this week. I didn't do that." Oh, you are at least going to show up Wednesday at 4 p.m. for the Whatnot Magazine auction, where Mr. Magazine will be doing guest auctioneering. He is coming by. 4 o'clock, we're doing the auction. I will start the auction off, do a couple of items, show him how to do auctioning.
Don, send me a reminder, Don.
He's going to be coming by. He's going to be doing some auctioning himself this coming Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, well, I
yes.
Know. Oh, jeez.
4 p.m. Eastern, Mr. Magazine will be making his Whatnot debut. You definitely want to come by. As I've said, he will be heckled nonstop, but enough about how I'm going to treat him. And then after the show, he's going to go get us some dinner over at, we talked about this. You're getting us dinner at McDonald's or something? Well, I'm getting the orders together.
Sure. Yeah, I remember
that. Wow. If any of your loved ones are showing signs of dementia, you should get them checked out now.
They have medicine now for it.
They do. Yes. Yes. I don't know if there's any helping you at this point.
Jeez.
Pay more attention. How about he pays more attention to PG?
Yeah,
there you go. So, all right, Carl, the lazy reseller, is going to pay more attention to his sell-through rate this coming year.
Okay.
Might be lightning strikes with Mr. Magazine. Yeah, who knows what's going on.
That's so true.
Very true. We probably go to the steak place and get it cheaper. See, then that'll be there.
Nice.
So, Mr. Magazine,
yes.
What are your 2024 New Year's resolutions? Look at the book I wrote. I wrote a book.
Is this personally and business-wise, anything, everything?
It's half your show.
I'm going to start with personal.
40% because you run out sometimes.
I made this resolution last year, and it was a total failure at losing weight. But I feel a little more confident that I can do it this year. I had the leg issue, got the surgery for the hip. I started working out with my kid again, so I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things. So I feel like I can start losing weight, dieting better. Once I get a good workout in, I feel better for the day. I'll eat better. So if I can do that on a daily basis, but again, I have to make the time to work out in the morning. I'm tired, so I don't do it. Then I go in the evening, but sometimes I'm tired. So I got to figure it out. But my goal is to lose at least 50, 60 pounds in the next year.
Can I give you a quick tip?
Stop eating.
Cut off both legs.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There's 60 pounds. You're welcome.
Yeah, of unwanted fat. Anywho, that's
you should lose 180 pounds of unwanted fat. Go ahead.
Moving on. Business-wise, I talked to my manager. There's lots of things we want to do. A couple things for sure. We're definitely going to, in the money we spent, and we will have better numbers in April, but career spending for adult stuff this year, I mean, it's off the chart. So, and it's our number one seller. We're making more profits. I think we're going to go more into the adult field with DVDs, with magazines, and the website, the stuff we can sell on Amazon, and we might even branch out to another site on eBay. I'm still thinking about that. So that's one of the things. I'm still contemplating taking the records off eBay and putting them on Discogs if we feel that we can make more money or have more success there. That's something we'll do at some point hopefully in the first quarter. And then what else was going? And then the magazines, we're basically, we've already started this, but we're putting almost 100% of our magazines onto Amazon and not eBay at all now. So we're really trying to get away from eBay. I don't see eBay getting any better, at least for the stuff I'm selling. When I have 200,000 listings and I got to put them on sale for 50%, and it really doesn't increase my sales much.
Now, are you going to change your name to Mr. Used to Be Magazines on eBay?
Mr. Used Mags
Used to Be Magazines, because you're not selling them.
See me on Amazon Mags.
There you go, Mr. See me on Amazon.
When we were doing 100,000 a month on eBay a year ago, and now we're doing 50,000. I mean, that's a huge difference, and we're putting good stuff on. So if we didn't put the signed baseballs or the rare items and things like that, I don't know what we'd be doing. It would be pretty pathetic. So, and we would certainly have to downsize the enterprise store. But yeah, I mean, we've been putting better magazines on Amazon. They go for double and they still sell. Where eBay, you put a $20 magazine on, they're going to offer you $5, $8. Where Amazon will put 30 and we'll sell it with 10% off. So we're definitely heading more to Amazon and more in adult stuff. I think we'll have a lot more success, and we have a almost unlimited inventory for that. And
Whatnot, you'll be selling magazines on as well.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll love it. Before you know it, you'll buy me out and you'll be doing all my auctions for me. Let's see what other people's resolutions are. You never know. You never know.
True.
You could find out you're a natural ham and like to talk to everybody on there.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Well, maybe an OnlyFans Whatnot.
To take weekends off next year and spend more time with family.
That's nice.
Isn't that what every scoundrel says when he's caught? Sure, I was caught with guns and drugs in the car, but I'm taking time off to spend with the family. And the family's like, no, we don't want to spend time with you. Let's keep away from Mexican. Yes, trust me, on show day, no doubt.
Especially the ones that sell corn in the cob.
My resolution: knock down my debt pile, source better. On a personal note, I've lost 28 pounds in the last couple months, so I'll continue that too. Nice, good job.
To know your secret.
Good job. My family never having to work a 9-to-5 job again. There you go. That's a positive. Resolution is get rid of all my low value stuff and get my ASP higher. Nice,
yeah.
My gut has started doing a fold over thing. Not a fan. I can avoid burnout. I should be able to hit my goals. List my postcard back stock and add 10,000 items. My second store, 50% year-on-year growth next year again. Whoa, that would be very good. Is a property with all those on it: laundromat, car wash, driving range, arcade, mini golf, bar and grill.
Nice.
Invite us.
Yeah.
We for a small appearance fee, we'll show up. I'll even do the emceeing at the karaoke for you. I also managed to lose over 25 pounds. I want to get more walking this year. Wow.
I'm jealous of everyone's success.
I think I found it. I delivered a DoorDash to a barbershop that was inside a laundromat.
Wow, cool.
That's interesting. Usually get serious and not give up. Nice. Involves more overseas travel. That would be nice. That would be very nice. All righty, because Mr. Magazine is clamoring to hear.
So first, before you get into your goals, how much time is left in to retirement?
I think they said 11 11 weeks, 2 days.
I'm asking you.
They said 11
all
weeks,
right.
2 days.
So you should have the next 11 weeks goal, and then after that, a separate goal. But I don't know what you wrote down. So go ahead.
Yeah, right. 2023, I did not make my goals. That being said, I guess if you prefaced my goals last year, I said that it was a holding pattern because I knew that retirement was looming. It will be coming up this year. No doubt at all about it. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Mr. Magazine doesn't even know this. This is very unlikely. However, I have begun to take a look at doing my same job on a 1099 basis for a third-party provider. I have to see what it pays. I would be absolutely foolish not to see what it pays. If they pay me per case and it's a reasonable amount, or per hour spent on a case and it's a reasonable amount, I would be absolutely foolish not to parlay the 33 years of talent that I have into doing it. It is not what I really want to do. That being said,
control your hours, it seems like.
If it were 1099, yes. If it were 1099, then I have to do it if it's stupid money. Because if it were stupid money, I can make more doing it. I guess the point is it's guaranteed money as opposed to online selling is not. I do that for a few years, build up a really nice nest egg, and then quit. I'm going to at least look into that. So if anybody out there works for Overland Solutions or any of the other companies wants to reach out to me, I am definitely available with 11 weeks, 2 days in order to do the work on a 1099 basis. It 100% would have to be on a 1099 basis, though, because I do not want to miss an estate sale at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. I don't want to have to tell anybody where I am.
It's added. It took 41 weeks for you to figure out the extra option.
No, I've known it all along. I just stayed mum. I'm good at staying quiet. But last year was a holding pattern, and I knew that it would be on that over there. My biggest goal is not, and this is kind of what I talked to Mr. Magazine, Auction Professor, when he was on the show. Thank you, Don. Happy holidays. Was not to fritter away the time, because that's my biggest fear. Oh, the garbage just came. Let me get the garbage parcel or garbage tote in. Oh, the mail's here. Let me see what the mail is. Oh, let me go pay this bill. Oh, let me do this. Oh, let me do, I'm kind of hungry. Let me go do this. I absolutely know that I have to set up a schedule. There is no doubt at all about that, because otherwise you just end up wasting a day. And what do you say? I got tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got tomorrow. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So that's my number one goal, is to set up a schedule. Assuming I don't do it on a 1099 basis, I have to set up a schedule. There's no doubt all about that. The other things over here are, I don't want to spend too much. 2022, I spent over $30,000 on merchandise. This year, I spent a little bit more. I spent about probably $32,000 on merchandise this year. It's probably time to start unlocking some of that. Now, I'm not getting bad deals. I'm not overpaying anything all like that. I'm just buying so much. Well, now I'm going to have more time, and I enjoy buying stuff. I enjoy sourcing.
Yeah.
I've got to cut back on that, or not do it. And one thing that I've noticed that I do most years is I get stuck into some big bog down deals where the price is right, but it's just too much stuff for me to handle. And then I never end up processing the entire deal. So I'm going to try.
Well, you got to learn to flip or something then, stuff that you definitely don't want.
And Whatnot is definitely helping me on that, with that stuff. I mean, with those books I bought, we got some really nice book auctions coming up with stuff that I just literally just grabbed and put up there. And I'm not caring what it goes for. I don't care. I'm into it right. When I bought these books off my buddy, the 11 boxes, I bought them right. I sell them for $3 a piece. I'm making decent money on them because I bought them from him right. So that definitely helps out as well. I'm going to try to list more stuff on Amazon, because this year, if I listed 200 items on Amazon, it's probably a lot. For whatever reason, I'm not making the time to list on Amazon. So definitely want to do that. One big thing that I want to try doing is I want to get the books in that I buy. I want to put them right up on Whatnot. And then if they don't sell, in the rare occurrence that they don't sell, figure out, are they going on Biblio? Are they going on Amazon? Or are they going on Etsy? And get them right up, because I've got them all piled up because I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
But if I could sit there and do the auction on a Thursday for books and Friday morning, because I don't have work, okay, these 5 books didn't sell. 2 of these are going to Amazon. One's going on Etsy, 2 are on Biblio. They're all listed. They're gone. They're out of there. And if I could stay on top of that week after week after week, that'll make a huge difference. Just getting the stuff listed on all the various places. I don't think I'm going to try any new niches because I've got so much paper as it is that I don't really need to. Yeah, I've got enough stuff. Yeah. I really don't need to all of a sudden say, you know what I want to learn is die-cast toys. Plus, I'm sure there's a lot of money.
Get to your collectibles room, all the duplicates. If you had time.
That is absolutely true,
That's
too.
Something you got to dedicate 30 minutes a day or something to,
And I'm also not looking for a new venue per se, barring some great new venue coming along. Obviously, that would be different. Super Whatnot. Yeah, of course, I'd be all over that.
2.0.
I'd be all over that. Say eBay Live all of a sudden finally went live and was out of the 17-year beta that they're in, and they, offered it to me. So mean. Obviously, then I would look into that. But other than that, no. And actually, it's funny you said the collectibles. I want to work on the channel some this year. And one thing that I definitely do want to do is I want to take you into the collectibles room because I'll be quite honest, I don't know what's in there. So I'm going to have a random neighborhood kid come by at some point, show me how to do the phone videos. And then every week or every couple of weeks, I want to bring you a video of some of the really cool stuff I find there. So while I'm sorting it, I'm also bringing you guys good content. That's kind of my goal on that as well. It's a win-win because you've walked into there. And every time I'm like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. And I'm pulling different things off of a pile. And you're like, where'd you get this? This is really good.
When they open up the door to Fort Knox, you see all the gold on the table all over the place. It's kind of what collectibles all over.
Yeah, no gold, all collectibles and all things that you'd be looking at going.
Stuff, though. Different.
Yeah. Why do you have a pile? Why and where did you get a pile of 1932 Dixie cup toppers? Oh, giving a deal somewhere. I don't know. Because that's what I've been doing for years. Is I just been throwing, anything cool that comes in a deal that I happen to like. I just put it up there. I don't even know what's up there at this point. And so I definitely do want to bring a lot of really good videos to you guys next year. And I also going to finally have the time to run my store instead of just having my store. And by that, I mean, I've talked in the past, I want to tweak my promoted listings. Not everything should be promoted. The one-of-a-kind stuff should not be. The June 19th, 1976 Time magazine should be. I've never had time to do that.
Right.
So I want to go through and tweak what is promoted, what's not promoted. I want to go through, I've not run a sale in years. I want to be able to say, yeah, I want this stuff on sale. I want this stuff gone. I sort it this way. I'll give these discounts on this stuff. Yeah. Actually manage the store as opposed to in the past, more or less, everything has just been throw everything up and let it go with no management because I don't have the time. Well, now, barring the 1099 job coming through, I'm going to actually have the time. So that'll be kind of interesting as well over there. And again, I have no dollar goals. As we did the video a few weeks ago, remember, you can control the input. You cannot control the output. And again, I know I can list 5,000 items. That doesn't mean anybody wants any of those 5,000 items. I cannot guarantee that I'm going to do $10,000 more in sales. I cannot guarantee that. Who knows? So I don't have any of those sorts of goals. See if anybody said anything or if everybody went to sleep.
Well, I think we're good.
Yep, they all went to sleep. No, there's no comments.
There is no. I always forget to click there. Jeez.
People said a lot.
What the heck?
People said a lot. Make sure the car wash and drive range are far apart. There you go.
Carl's last day of work.
Oh, congratulations. You beat me by 11 weeks, 2 days, or so the rumor is. Nice job.
A little behind here, sorry.
That's okay. It happens. Thrift more, but honestly, the stores. Oh, yeah, I can't buy anything at all at the thrift stores. You're just going to have to be more picky. Yeah, and it's tough. It's tough. We don't have flea markets like they do in the States for paper stuff. My options are Facebook and Kijiji. Auctions in Canada and Hybid. Oh, there you go.
You ever use Hybid?
Occasionally. Yeah, I do occasionally. I've thought about YouTube, and I did do the Facebook auctions last year. The biggest thing I hate about the Facebook auctions and the YouTube would be the same way. I like the Whatnot because the shipping is all set up. I always feel like I'm overcharging you for shipping, and then it turns out that I'm not, and I'm actually end up undercharging people for shipping. Shipping is expensive when you get down to it, especially when you start doing mixed things with a couple of books and this, and then you're trying to figure out the best way to ship it. And okay, these 7 items can go media. So this is one thing and this is this way. And it's just a lot of work. So I kind of like the built-in audience of whatnot, as opposed to having to hustle up the people yourself. I may try Facebook again at some point. I may try YouTube at some point. I haven't closed the door on them. Just haven't had the time to do it. You would make money on items, get more money from YouTube. Yeah, probably. Half the stuff I have to list is starting any comps. There you go. Yeah, there's always that problem. Got more new comments.
Oh
you hate clicking on that.
Is that a new feature? What is that?
Yeah, new feature if we were sitting in 2008. Yeah, a lot of the stuff, Carl, that we end up selling, sell-through rate is meaningless. There hasn't been one up for years, and who knows if it's ever going to sell or not. All right, Mr. Magazine, and I want to thank everybody for sharing their things as well. And another fun show, but why don't you tell us the rambling story of the week? So you disappeared, you sprinted out.
Yeah,
you made a lot of money. Apparently you bought some stock in the energy company, the electric company, because you left my door wide open. You sprinted on out of here.
Well, I had my arms full with all your packages.
Yes, both of them.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what happened?
So before I came to the show, I think around 6 o'clock, my nephew called me. He works at the shop. He lists there. He works like 3 to 8 or 4 to 9. And the store itself closes at 5. So he's there after hours. The laundromat is next door. And for some reason, every winter since a few years ago, when I bought this furnace for the laundromat and the furnace, hot water tank for the laundromat and the furnace as well.
Now that came with a free carbon monoxide dispenser, didn't it?
No, it did not.
Oh.
Anyways, there are 2 different installs, 2 different people. A laundry repair guy installed the hot water heater, and then a HVAC guy installed the furnace for the laundromat. Well, for whatever reason, about 5, 6, 7 times a year, there's a carbon monoxide issue where it spikes. Carbon monoxide comes out, the detectors go off, and the fire department has come down once because it was in the laundromat and someone called. This was like a year or 2 ago. So, but my nephew gets nervous about it, and it happened in the shop where he was at, and there was really nothing around to cause that to happen. So as we were here, I think he left because he was worried it was going to be a high level or something like that, which is fine. So while we're here, we got a bunch of calls, and one was from Eddie, who's my brother-in-law, and he takes care of the laundry at night. And then some other calls, they were, odd numbers. So I said, I better take it. And Eddie goes, the fire department's down there. There's an issue, something the carbon monoxide is going off, this and that. Well, the carbon monoxide wasn't the original issue. Some lady was driving by the laundromat and saw smoke coming out of the side of the building, a lot of smoke, which are the dryer vents. So that's been going on for 50 years. But she was nervous. She called the fire department. They came down. The lady in the laundromat said everything's fine. My nephew left, but they were doing a walk around because no one was in the building. And they heard the beeping through the wall, the carbon monoxide in the back room. So then they called me and I didn't answer. So then they called Eddie and Eddie called me. So I drove over there. And by the time they got there, the fire department couldn't detect where it was coming from. So they had to call the local gas and electric company, which they came down. And by that time, it went away because it always spikes. Whatever happens, it comes out for like a minute or 2. It's got a high reading, and then it drops down to pretty much 0. So by the time he got there with the sniffer, there was no detection. So he went all over. I knew this was going to happen because it's happened before. We've had people look at it, but they can't fix it unless they caught it in the act. But even when the fire department was there, they couldn't find the place of origin. So, but they feel like the RG&E guy feels like it's from the furnace for the laundromat, but not even certain. And again, this doesn't happen all the time, but the weather's been so good. I turn the heat down a little bit so the heater really won't kick on very often. It's not that cold in there. So that's the story there. I got people looking at it so far. No one has a fix on it.
So do we know where this lady that called the fire department is from?
She was just driving by.
No, she can't be from up north. Like if I walked up to her car to talk to her in a cold day and she saw my breath.
Well, I was just going to say, there was a cold day last week, I think. And the windows had smoke coming off from the dryers and the steam.
Yeah. So if she saw my breath, would she think I was like possessed by a demon or something? I mean, when you're up north, you know these things.
Yeah, we've had the dryers tested. They're always good to go. We've had both like I said, the laundry guys been looking at it. HVAC guys are looking at it, the fire department, RG&E. It's definitely not any machines, and the weird thing is it only happens in the winter and in the evening. So like when my nephew's there, it's happened a bunch of times when he's there, like 4 or 5 times, 6 times last year. So far, it's been once this year.
So just to get it straight, it only happens when your nephew wants to leave early.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we understood that.
Yeah.
You're going to say hi to Jeff? I mean, he's been
And
sitting
again, hey, Jesse Jeff, how you doing? And again, it's like on a Sunday, if you go in there at any time of day in the evening, 20 people, 10 people in there, all the machines are running, and never happens. It only happens when no one's in the laundromat or 1 or 2 machines are going, and then the furnace kicks on. So somehow there's some cross ventilation. They use the word makeup air, negative air. I don't know, but we've tried a lot of people to figure out what the issue is. Luckily, like I said, it doesn't happen very often, and it's not a danger. The number doesn't get so high for a long period of time where anyone has to worry about anything, but still something we have to deal with from time to time.
I know a lot of times when I go there Sunday morning, Sunday night, Monday morning, I mean, you step over the bodies, the 20 bodies in the laundromat, and you sweep it up and you clean. Don't worry about it.
Sleep somewhere.
There you go. Car had tons of white smoke coming out of my car. I don't know if it was just coolant smoke. Oops. Yep. Didn't accept a lowball offer. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you should have sold that for $20 at a $200 item. Exactly. All right, everybody. We had a really fun show tonight. Really big show. Do come by tomorrow, Thursday, over at Whatnot, 4 p.m. for books. Next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern for ephemera. Next Thursday, 4 p.m. For books. Am I missing anything, Mr. Magazine?
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year. All right. Next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Magazines for the Mr. Magazine collection with Mr. Magazine himself doing some auctioneering. Give us a little.
I feel like I should put some like rare magazines in this sale or something.
Give us a little. See? You're a natural.
12 cents.
You're a natural. So come on by this coming Wednesday before our live show, and I'm sure we'll break it down on the live show next week. And I think we're going to look back on 2023 next week also. So it should be a really fun show. Do hit the like button if you could. Mr. Magazine is going on Whatnot to auction. It'll be checkout paper going over on Whatnot. Mr. Magazine will be doing some auctioneering over there. So come on by 4 o'clock. I think we're going to have a packed house.
Wow. Not here.
No, the house is already packed. So hit the like button. Thank you, everybody. And Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas. Whatever it is you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate anything, have a good time anyway. All right, everybody. We will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.